What are some things that continue to work even when broken? Soap. Ice cubes. Ice cube. You break an ice cube and you get to boom infinite ice cubes. Crayons. My father used to join my crayons back together by melting the broken ends slightly with a lighter and sticking them back together like melted wax. Then I started asking him to join different colors together and I had all these weird multicolored knobby crayons. I got silicone melting trays for all my kids' broken pieces. They turned out so cool that we have bought cheap crayons and broke those just to make multicolored new ones. I tell my students every time we do art with crayons, broken crayons still color. They inevitably will get upset, cry when they break one if I don't say it. They are in grade 1. Oh my god, when I was a kid, at age 1 you got crayons and the kids menu to color on at restaurants, I legit was mortified when I broke any crayons. I thought the staff would be so upset for me and make me replace them. My parents always told me it was fine, but I didn't believe them for a while. I'm still laughing about the 20 years later. Chalk. It doesn't taste as good when it's split in two. Split it into 3 and you have breakfast, lunch and dinner. Are these types of interesting thoughts a result of quarantine or something? Nope. Just another day on Reddit. A teenager's voice. This cracked me up. Jeremy Friedman, more commonly known as squeaky-voiced teen, pimple-faced teen, puberty boy, geeky teenager, teenage clerk, Steve, Pop, Mr. Peterson and Old Man Peterson, is one of the few teenagers in Springfield and is perpetually trapped in a series of dead-end jobs. Jeremy has acne and his voice is in the process of breaking. Wikipedia, voiced by Dan Castellaneta, prisoner transfer van rolls over in drive-thru. Diane, I'm going to take my break now. Pencils. I remember when I was a kid and I would forget to bring pencils to school. My friend would break his pencil into 2 and give me 1/2. We would sharpen it and bang. You have 2 of them. Was banging him really necessary? I guess he didn't know where to draw the line. You need 2 dongs to get 2 sticks. Good job you had a sharpener, otherwise him giving you half would be pointless. The steering rack on a vehicle with power steering. It's not exactly easy, but you can still steer if you turn the wheel circa 5x harder than you otherwise would. I've driven without power steering. Old cars sometimes don't have it. This is correct, though they're not hard to steer when moving. This is correct, though they're not hard to steer when moving. Yet, in a lightweight vehicle, it's actually pretty nice to not have power steering. Once you're moving, have fun turning that fricker at less than 5 mph. I drive a late 80s 4x4 Toyota pickup, and definitely try to avoid parallel parking. Shit's a workout. Frick man, you hit me with the nostalgia bat. One of my bros had a Toyota pickup with no power steering or starter. He always had to park it on a hill or we would have to push start the old girl to get her moving. And yet, turning that thing under 5 miles per hour was a workout hat. If you tear a towel in 2, you now have 2 towels. Can a towel break though? If it becomes non-absorbent? Sure, I guess a pureed wet towel would be pretty broken. Upvoted for your excellent. Imaginative critical thinking. A towel can wear out enough that it's not absorbent anymore. It can get encrusted with something like glue or cement and stiffen too much to use. It can get shredded into pieces too small to be useful as a towel. It can be burnt to ash or soaked in bleach or lye until it falls apart. You can break a towel. It takes some work, but it's possible. Oh, also an electric toothbrush. On a side note, a broken vibrator still works as a dildo. Yeah. But does it really? I mean, I don't know how you use a vibrator, but yeah. Not all vibrators are made to be inserted. D. Me? I'm broke ASF, but still work. D. Same. I question this. Mentally dead, but physically alive. How? Explain. Explain. Cheesecake. Though a 4-year-old doesn't realize that. What kind of picky 4-year-olds do you have? More cheesecake for me. My 4-year-old doesn't like muffins, cake, pancakes, waffles, or other baked goods. My husband doesn't either, and I don't know what is wrong with my family. They fall under the broken, but still works category. This is my family. I found it, all on my own. It's little, and broken, but still good. Yeah, still good. Stitch. Anything that's broken can be used as a paperweight if you're strong, brave enough. Even my broken right fibula, the being inside my body part always causes difficulty, particularly while using a standing desk. You just have to surgically remove it. He did say if you're brave enough, doesn't have to be surgically removed. He did say strong enough. Guess it's time to dig up whiskers. A sword. You can still stab someone with a broke piece sticking out of the hilt. Once I saw a girl's leg snap while running, stress fracture. She was in shock and kept going for a little bit. So I guess legs do. Cross-country kids are wild. I was in a race once and a girl literally shat herself and just kept running. That's actually common in long-distance races. Edit. Typo. What the frick? How does a stress fracture happen in a leg while running? Can't even imagine the scene, but I do know that now I want to stop any movement whatsoever that involves bones. She was an avid runner, cross-country and all that nonsense. It just happened over time and finally broke during a race. While I'm all for validating any reasons to not run, I think if she told anyone her leg hurt to run on, it would have been prevented. She tried to hide it and heal it on her own. With more running, it's a bad situation overall, because running was her life, and she never really healed from it fully. Every time she tried to get back to running, she hurt it again. A heart. Padme has entered the chat. Ani, you're breaking my heart, liar. You turned her against me. Glow sticks. I might be mistaken, because I've only seen glow sticks like twice in my life. But don't they only work after they've been broken? Yes, that's the joke. Employees. The beatings will continue until morale improves. My boss used to say this weekly. I suppose it's better than saying it strongly. Unless they work for a sorcerer, the magic won't work if the staff is broken. A cookie. My 5-year-old would disagree with you. It's ruined. You need to get a new 5-year-old. The one is broken. A horse. Horse. Number 1 answer. You win the family feud. Good answer. Ecstatic clapping. Steve is speechless. Gives you sick bastard look. Apparently not my freaking dryer. If your lint filter is on the top, take the lint trap out and use a Phillips on the 2 screws. Take 4 back panel off. Should be 9 screws taking quarter socket. Then unscrew the remaining 5 screws holding the lint vent in place. Take that out and clean it out really good. And also check the duct running to the outside of the house. When replacing the shaft that runs to the outside, make sure the airflow is not restricted as best you can. This should make your dryer run a lot better. Paperweight. My dad always said something that's broken isn't broken, it's a paperweight. That's why I broke my neck. For instance, an escalator just turns into stairs. Sorry for the convenience. A clock is still right twice a day, but an incorrectly set clock that otherwise keeps perfect time is always wrong. Well, hello there, Sherlock. Blink 12 o'clock. Blink. This GeoCity site is under construction. GIF. Visit counter. German tanks. Transmissions might not always work, but those 75mm and 88mm guns will still foe their job. You just become a bunker. The justice system. Nacho chips. A mirror. 2020 is pretty freaking broken right now, and no one is working. Lego sets. Dildos. Me. Escalators. Escalator temporarily stairs. Sigh. Miss Yamich. World records. Essential workers. Coffins. A glow stick. The working class. Rocks. If you break a rock in half, now you have 2 rocks. There is no such thing as half a rock. Minimum wage employees. You see, humans are quite a fascinating creature no matter how much they are beaten, betrayed, broken, or belittled. We always find a way to stay whole, or at least to pretend to be. That is my answer, humans. At the same time, a human broken into half usually dies pretty quickly. The law? An egg, not for the chicken, but for the lickin'. 90s Toyota Camry. Paper, you can still use it to wipe it right. To what now? Red. A vial of poison so powerful the fumes kill you. For bees. A single-celled organism. Nokia. Some marriages. Towel? The game Team Fortress 2. The world economy. Me. A clock twice a day. The US government. Honda Civic. A magnet. Spaghetti. Escalators. An escalator can never break. It can only become stairs. You should never see an escalator temporarily out of order sign. Just escalator temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience. Mitch Hedberg. Matt Hardy. Grad students. Hearts. Bullets get destroyed as you start using them, but technically don't do anything till after you have broken it. My Xbox 360 I had for about 5 years. It has been thrown, kicked, dropped, stabbed. My mom is a lunatic, and every time it seemed broken my mom would throw it away. And I will dig it out and fix it. It got to the point where it was literally just the motherboard, the disk reader, the almost falling off USB ports, the power port, plus all the back plugs and crap. I literally had to use an ice pack on it to keep it from overheating, because its cooling parts broke long ago. It looked like I just slapped a bunch of parts together and called it an Xbox. Funny thing is, I was able to play most of the games I had. And that is the story of how I completed Red Dead Redemption with a piece of junk. A magnet. Candles, eggs, glow sticks, erasers. The United States government. It's been broken for at least 40 years. My knees and back. GameStop. Starfish, earthworms, American politics. Tamper-evident seals. I like an escalator. They never break. They just become stairs. Mitch Hedberg. Laws. Your mom. She's just doing her best, because she loves you. How broken we talking? Several human organs continue to operate at a capacity that will keep the person going normally until they have lost 80% of their capabilities. My heart. Horses. Escalators.